Hey, what's up people, hope you all are having a great day. Today we are going to build my first gaming editing and programming PC. Before watching this video, watch my previous video where we discussed about PC components which are using in this PC build. Hope you will have a great time while watching the video and like or dislike the video so YouTube can spread my videos to the other audiences. So without wasting any time, let's get started. The first thing I did was I prepared my cabinet. So I removed the fan from the rear and installed it in front. I added 4 ARGB fans on top and rear. These fans were extracted from the Anti-Sports Ice 511MT which arrived defective from Amazon, and as it was not returnable, so customer service center guy told me to dispose it nearby. So I extracted all the important parts or components from the cabinet. As the cabinet didn't add any rubber pass-throughs, so I used it from the previous cabinet. After that, I repositioned the motherboard standoffs using 0.5 bit. After aligning the standoffs, I passed all the front I/O cables parallel to the motherboard front I/O. After that, I added or installed a non-ARGB fan on PSU shroud. As I am using a passively cooled graphics card, so I thought it would get some leg room for the air movement. After that, I connected front RGB controller to the anti-sport fan as it is not controlled by any software. After preparing the cabinet, I updated my BIOS. First, I connected 24-pin and 8-pin CPU power and I copied the BIOS file to the pen drive and plugged it in and pressed the BIOS button on motherboard. After that, I removed motherboard and important things from the motherboard box and kept the motherboard on the motherboard box. After that, I installed the CPU by loosening the latch and matching the triangle from CPU and CPU socket and tightened it by closing the latch. After that, I installed CPU cooler and tightened it with a screwdriver. Make sure you tighten it fully because as it helps in thermal conductivity. I will not encourage you to use this stock cooler as it gets heat very quickly. You can use aftermarket coolers from 1000 to 5000 rupees range. After that, I installed 250GB SSD by removing the heatsink and removing the plastic cover from the thermal pad and inserting the SSD into the SSD slot and tightening it with the screwdriver. After that, I installed RAM on dual channel by aligning the notch to the RAM socket as you can see in the video. After that, I installed graphics card temporarily to POST. POST stands for Power On Self Test. It diagnoses hardware whether it is working correctly or not. After that, I kept motherboard aside and opened the cabinet. installed IO Shield and install the motherboard by aligning it parallel to the motherboard standoffs and IO Shield and tightening the motherboard. After that, I connected front IO cables and fans, PWM, ARGB connectors. And after that, I cable managed a little bit. After that, I installed PSU and tightening it with screws given inside the PSU box and connected 24 pin and 8 pin CPU connector to the motherboard. I also passed 8 plus 6 pin PCIe connector for my future 3060 graphics card and cable managed it and connected Molex and SATA power cable to the fans and the hard disk. After that, I took 2.5 hours to cable manage it. After that, I installed graphics card and tightening it using the screws which are provided in the cabinet box. After that, I installed Windows to the SSD. After installing the Windows, I enabled XMP or DOCP in the BIOS as my RAM was running on 2666 MHz. After enabling the DOCP, the RAM was running on the default or given speeds. After that, I downloaded and installed CPU chipsets and drivers. After setting up my Windows, I ran Handbrake, which is a video compression tool to test CPU performance and temperature. As you can see, the CPU temperatures raised to 95 degrees Celsius, which is the maximum limit of the CPU. After the test, I downloaded Windows 11 Pro ISO and upgraded my Windows 10 to Windows 11 Pro and activated it using a retail key.
Montage time. Use headphones. Bump volume to 100% for great experience.
After building the whole PC and testing it for a month, as the temperatures were high, so I bought Deepcool's Gamma GT ARGB CPU cooler. In box, it contains one ARGB fan, one CPU cooler, user manual, one backplate, 4 nuts for Intel socket and 4 nuts for AMD socket, 2 pairs of brackets for both Intel and AMD, 4 spring-mounted nuts for holding CPU cooler, 4 long screws, 4 washers, 2 small screws to hold clamp, and 1 thermal paste bag. After that, I removed side tempered glass and untightened the old CPU cooler and removed it.
Oh shit, not good. Oh!
After that, I cleaned CPU cooler using nail polish remover. After that, I mounted backplate by passing 4 long screws through the backplate. After that, I inserted washers and tightened it with 4 AMD nuts to hold the backplate. After that, I applied thermal paste and spread it using the thermal paste pouch and my finger. And installed CPU cooler and tightened it using 4 spring mounted nuts. Make sure to remove fan before installing the cooler. After that, I installed back the fan and passed the cables to the cabinet back. And daisy chained the CPU cooler few ARGB cables. Connected the ARGB header to the fan ARGB male header and cable managed it. Now coming to the benchmarks, my CPU was idling at 36 to 38 degrees Celsius with this cooler. I launched Cinebench R23 and ran it on multi-core rendering for 10 minutes and the maximum temperature was 80 to 85 degrees Celsius, which is 15 degrees Celsius less compared to the previous stock cooler. After that, I ran it on single core rendering for 17 minutes and the max temperatures was 50 to 55 degrees Celsius, which is 10 to 15 degrees Celsius lesser than compared to the previous stock cooler. Now coming to the Wi-Fi benchmark, as you can see the result on the screen. liked the video and I am thinking to upload some programming videos on this channel, and I would like to know your opinion in the comment section. And subscribe to my gaming channel known as Geek Plays. Link is in the description. And if you want to buy anything from Amazon, please consider buying from the link which is given in the description, as Amazon gives me little commission if someone purchases any product from the link. I hope you learned something new today. Thanks for watching and have a great day and peace.